Ruffles look complicated, but they're actually built from a few simple shapes. If you can draw these shapes, you can draw ruffles. In this video, you'll learn how to break down ruffles into shapes, direction, and movement so they feel much easier to draw naturally, even if you're a complete beginner. What is a ruffle? A ruffle is a rectangular strip of fabric that's gathered or compressed shorter on one edge, so the other edge flares out and forms ruffles. Ruffles vary in fullness. Some ruffles are really soft. They're soft because the gathering is subtle. The more gathering or compression, the fuller the ruffle. In sewing, this is defined as the gathering ratio. The gathering ratio is the amount of fullness gathered or compressed compared to the actual length of the seam. That's honestly more technical than we really need to know for this tutorial. All we need to remember is that a ruffle is gathered fabric and the amount of fullness can vary. All ruffles can be drawn in 3 basic steps. Step 1, draw a squiggly line. I'll repeat that again. Step 2 is to draw the drag lines. Connect the peaks and the valleys upwards towards the seam. Then draw the back of the ruffle. We'll revisit this in more detail later. Step 3, draw the top of the seam, then add gathering lines. Beginners draw ruffles with symmetrical and repetitive lines, which is a great way to learn, but it can look like a little stiff. In this video, we'll practice how to build skills to drawing advanced ruffles that have an organic and natural look. When drawing the drag lines, avoid drawing parallel lines. They should converge more like a cone. When drawing the back of the ruffle, make the lines parallel to that top edge. It should make sense, otherwise it will look just really unnatural. This kind of takes practice and you'll get a feel for it over time. Lastly, when drawing the gathers, use a variety of shapes and make them look kind of random and not like straight or too even. Again, natural ruffles, they're more organic and irregular. There's a few more really good tips for making ruffles look natural, but let's build some more skills first and save that for later. Remember, the ruffle looks complicated, but it's only a few simple shapes. Let's practice these shapes now. Next, let's turn these shapes into borders. First, drawing a wavy line, then a single wave in one direction, and then practice this again, reversing the direction. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Start drawing the wave in one direction, then reverse it halfway through. That was a bit complicated, so let's practice that again. Reversing and then heading in the other direction. Okay, so here's the section we're going to focus on. We want to make a line that has this double wave shape repeated. So practice drawing it like this. This may take a little bit. You can go slow at first and then kind of speed up the more that you get the hang of it. And then lastly, draw a segmented border like this. I used to doodle so much in class and I would just create lines like this. It's kind of addicting and soothing in a weird way. Remember the first 3 steps from the beginning of this video? We just completed step 1, drawing the ruffle edge. We've drawn different ruffles and perspectives. The first wavy line could be the beginning of a soft ruffle. Then we drew a ruffle from one direction, the other direction, both directions, looking up, and looking down. Let's add detail to make these ruffles come to life. Remember, the next step is to define the ruffle cones by extending converging lines towards the top, remembering to draw the back of the ruffle. And to bring it all together, the last step is to draw the gathering at the top seam. Repeat this process for each of these ruffles in the series. This is repetitive, but that's the point. It's the best way to build muscle memory. See how these ruffles were created from these initial lines. The last ruffle is advanced. It combines all the above lines and perspectives. This creates a more realistic and natural ruffle. If you look at this ruffle, you'll see that it incorporates all the perspectives and directions from the drawing exercise. It's one of those things that you just have to keep practicing, and it does become more intuitive with time. To draw more realistic ruffles, consider your design's fabric. Fabric quality will affect how a ruffle drapes. I'll show a progression from stiff to drapey ruffles. Stiff fabric, like taffeta or starched cotton, holds a defined, almost geometric wave. The peaks are sharp and intentional. When a fabric is more drapey, the waves will be more soft and rounded. And really light or fluid and drapey fabrics like chiffon and jersey will have soft waves with more of a jitter in the line. These fabrics don't have enough structure to hold their shape, so they collapse and create secondary ruffles. Seams control how ruffles move through space. Curved seams, like on necklines, force ruffles to bend. I'm starting with a single wave line and reversing halfway through. That's step one. Then I'm drawing the drag lines and drawing the back of the ruffle. And lastly, step three, drawing gathering at the top of the seam. Let's do a few more examples. Then at the end, I'll share one last tip for drawing ruffles. Another thing to note, since I haven't really mentioned it in this entire video, is that I am drawing on the iPad and I am working in this app called Procreate. If you haven't tried the app, it's amazing. And if you'd like to learn, I'll leave a link to another video where I share how to use Procreate for fashion design and for beginners. Okay, last tip. When doing a ruffle that has a complex curve, there's this compression point right here. So that's actually going to break the ruffle up into two sections. Sometimes it's helpful to think about ruffles and break them up into sections, then handle drawing each of the section one at a time. And where this compression point is, the ruffle will fold in on itself and continue. Okay, we'll look at one more example of this before we end the video. Let's say we have a flared dress with a ruffle at the hem. Now you can already see visually this is split into three different sections. And then we can kind of focus on creating the ruffle at each section. This breaks it up and simplifies the shape visually. It also makes it a bit less overwhelming. All right, we are at the end of this video. Just one last thing. This is not a ruffle, it's actually a flounce. And that is something different, which is a topic for a future video. Anyway, just wanted to mention that. Thank you for watching and hope to see you soon.